Hey y'all, it's me again, Delightful Soul. Hey, according to the U.S. Sun, they reported today that Wendy Williams became inebriated and stripped naked on shows home set before hospitalization for psychiatric issues. This happened mid-July. According to the U.S. Sun, and this is allegedly, when they say this is exclusive, but Wendy Williams became inebriated and stripped naked on the chaotic at-home set of her talk show in 2020, 1 year before her hospitalization for psychiatric issues. The Sun can exclusively report this. In the early months of the pandemic, like many other talk shows, Wendy, 57, bought the Wendy Williams Show tapings and her audience inside her $4.5 million New York City penthouse apartment in an effort to keep her daily program on the air. But Wendy fans quickly became concerned, commenting that she was acting erratic on screen. The host frequently appeared on TV dressed only in a robe, and more than one occasion, she began a segment sobbing uncontrollably. While Wendy viewers turned to their favorite host for her signature dramatics, what was happening during lockdown at her swanky New York City home appeared to have been something more troubling. Multiple sources confirmed to The Sun the daytime presenter has been drinking heavily since her time at the Queens New York sober house, following the split from her husband Kevin Hunter, 50, in 2019. In May 2020, the host hit a particularly rough spot with her addiction issue, the insider says. Just before the host team claimed she was hospitalized for Graves' disease that night, Wendy experienced a disturbing incident with a handful of people present as she was working from home. Wendy's manager was summoned to her penthouse apartment after she had appeared unwell during a Zoom taping earlier in the week. Her manager and a small group of confidants arrived to the host's home to lend support to the struggling talk show queen. According to multiple sources, Wendy had stripped naked in her room and was touching herself in a sexual manner while shouting vulgar comments. The eyewitnesses looked in horror and immediately called healthcare workers. After medical personnel arrived at the home, Wendy allegedly grew more aggressive. The host was eventually taken to the hospital where she would remain for weeks. Reps for Wendy and the Wendy Williams Show did not respond to the Sun's multiple requests for comment. Following the incident, the Wendy Williams Show announced that the host would be taking a hiatus from the program to battle symptoms of Graves' disease. Recently, Wendy has been dealing with symptoms from her Graves' disease, which is causing fatigue. In consultation with her doctor and as a precautionary measure, she will be taking some time off as she continues to receive treatment. We look forward to welcoming Wendy back soon and continuing the Wendy at Home show. More updates on a return date will follow. The hiatus continued through the end of the 11th season, and Wendy never returned to her pick back up in studio in September 2020. Any mentions of the show's at-home tapings have been wiped from the Wendy Williams Show Instagram account. The majority of the people who witnessed what happened that day appear to have been cut out of his life. As one person familiar with the incident said, Wendy clearly does not want to associate with anybody who was there that day. A second show source claimed, "Everyone knows not to get too close to Wendy. It will backfire, and when it does, you get burned." Now, this is not the first time Wendy has been accused of crossing the line with people professionally connected to her. Wendy had made arguably inappropriate comments to a number of guests in recent years. In October 2020, the host interviewed married actor Mike Epps and opened up by saying, "You know, I always got a special feelings for you." The stand-up comedian and actor responded, "Oh yeah, you know, I got love for you." Wendy clarified, "No, not I got love for you. I said special feelings for you," before she pointed to her nether regions. In another instance, during an interview in June 2021, the 57-year-old hit on married musical artist Sean Paul, who had just said he was enjoying spending more time with his family. That family man energy didn't stop Wendy from directing sexual comments toward the singer. And Sean was in the middle of responding to her question about how he feels about performing. Wendy blurted, "You are sexy. Are you involved?" Fellow guest musician Spice quietly interjected, "He's married." The same month, the daytime talk queen also had an awkward interview with rapper Da Brat. Wendy told Da Brat that she has a strong pickup game and felt the rapper was hitting on her. Unless that's always the way you speak to attractive women. Da Brat said, "The last time we talked, it was after I saw your documentary and I texted you because I felt like you ain't got no real friends. So I want to be your friend. So I called and checked on you." Wendy kept pushing, saying, "If I was gay, would you like me?" The Brat flatly said no and reminded Wendy that she was in a serious relationship. "I love you, but I would never want to get with you," the artist said. One source claimed Wendy treats many of her guests how she treats everyone in her orbit. She's inappropriate and rude. She uses people and don't care if she hurts anyone or make people uncomfortable along the way. The source added, "It would be very different if this were a man treating people the way that Wendy does." And guys, this is all allegedly. Of course, there is video and tapings of those situations that happened on the Wendy Williams Show. Now, in an explosive federal lawsuit viewed by The Sun, a woman accused Wendy and then husband Kevin of sexual harassment and abusive retaliatory behavior in 2008. This Spence lady, who worked closely with Wendy as the talent booker for the host now defunct radio show, The Wendy Williams Experience, laid out a litany of allegations which she claimed she was subject to in her work environment. In her complaint, Nicole claimed that she was such a that she was placed inside of Wendy's office. Being in Wendy's inner circle became a problem for Nicole, who alleged that when she became uncomfortable with the behavior she witnessed from both Wendy and Kevin and spoke out about it, the pair retaliated against her. Nicole claimed that Wendy had intimidated fellow employees at the station's WBLS. In the complaint, Nicole alleged that the defendant William lack of respect for proper workplace conduct is demonstrated by the fact that she has engaged in quid pro quo harassment with a male subordinate who repeatedly complained to Miss Spence that he had to have blank with defendant William out of fear he would lose his job if he refused to do so. This same employee even confided in Miss Spence that he would receive calls from the defendant William at night and was forced to listen to her do whatever please herself over the phone. For her own part, Nicole alleged that she has the target of sexual harassment by William, then husband Kevin, that when she spoke out against him, the radio host retaliated against her by icing her out and stopping the booker from bringing guests on the show. Miss Spence's desk was moved away from Miss Williams, and that signaled to Miss Williams that she was one of the people that had complained against defendant Hunter. After Miss Spence had moved to another part of the office, defendant Williams immediately refused to work with Miss Spence, acknowledge or even speak with her, ordered Miss Spence banned from the broadcast studio, and rejected virtually all guests booked by Miss Spence without explanation. In addition to the claim Nicole made against Wendy and Kevin, she also alleged that the host publicly humiliated her on air, on her radio show, as well as in an interview with the New York Post. Defendant Williams deflamed plaintiff in an article by saying, "This bee is out of her mind," which has subject plaintiff to publicly scorn and ridicule and humiliation. The claim against Wendy and Kevin were never disproven in court. An attorney for Nicole said that she and the defendants had decided to resolve this matter amicably through private mediation. The Sun was also the first to report, and all of that again was allegedly, but the Sun revealed that Wendy had been transported to a New York hospital in September of 2021 following a 911 call for a person in need of psychiatric treatment or service. Soon after, the daytime talk show host quietly hired crisis public relations mongrel Howard Ragman. Meanwhile, the Wendy Williams show would release the statements between September 9 and October 12, blaming her absence from the show and any promotion duties on a breakthrough COVID case, ongoing medical issues, and symptoms from grave disease. On November 8, the show's Instagram released a statement from the 57-year-old host saying that she was still coping with health issues, and as a woman of a certain age, she knew to listen to her doctors, and that right now, Wendy has to focus on Wendy. It was the only statement that purportedly came from Wendy since the start of the season. In season 13, this is the longest the hosts have been off the air, and she has yet to address the fans in any real way since the show went on summer break on July 12th. 2021. As Wendy fans continue to hope that she returns to host the remainder of the season, the Wendy Williams Show announced that the roster of fielding guest hosts will continue through the end of January 2022. Meanwhile, there has been no announcement on the possibility of the show being renewed for another season. Well, when Kevin left Wendy, I was feeling a little sorry for her. And when I say a little sorry, that means I do not want and I do not like seeing a woman or a person broken down. And oh so often we find ourselves witnessing firsthand, whether it's us or someone we care about, we witness a person being broken down. And it makes me wonder whether Kevin left because of her usage of substance, or did it just magnify, or did it just get to the point that it elevated to this point that she just couldn't cope with the fact that he's leaving? Because he was in a relationship with that girl, I believe, knowingly, because everyone knew before they even separated. And you feel some type of way when you're the talent and when you're working and when you are the source of income for the family, and yet you're being betrayed. Sometimes it sends you to that place. And I'm not saying that's an excuse to act and do the way things that you do, but sometimes it sends us that way. And of course, let's couple that up with money. Let's add popularity and fame in there. And therefore, you're going to get people who actually act like this. And just like someone said, and I quote them, if a man would act in the manner in which Wendy has with her guests, with her employees, it would have been looked at differently. So that's where that other percentage of mine not being so sorry, and let's just be real, a lot of people appreciate her commentary. I always, every now and then when I can catch her show, I will watch it, and I've watched it more since it was on YouTube. But at the same time, she has said and did some things to people. All of this gossiping about different people. It's funny how you can find yourself in their situation, because she has came really hard at many people. And again, just make it make sense. I understand that she was having breakdowns on the show, appearing in robes at times. And then couple that with also, you cannot, she's probably the type of person you can't tell her anything or advise of anything. And she doesn't think that she's probably acting inappropriate, merely because that's what made her. The wild things that she said, the inappropriateness, So I'm not complaining or anything, and I wish her well. I wish her her in publications where she is well put together, her wigs, her hair, and everything. And to see her broken down like this is just, it's not a laughing matter. To Kiki and Hiki about that, that's not a laughing matter. I just hope that we all just pray for her and hope that she gets better. And one day I just hope she finds peace with herself. But what do you think? What do you think? Do you care, or is she's getting what she deserves, or just some